Good afternoon, Mr. Goel. Good afternoon. Welcome to Greece.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are the founder of the Modern Pythian Games.
Yes.
What an interesting concept.
It's just energy I got from some spiritual power, because now the world is going in a very critical position. The situation has become so devastating. You see, the COVID has made it more worst. That brought me to the Delphi.
Yeah, inspired
So today,
Delphi and
it is
Greece,
my
Athens, Pythia,
it
Olympic
is my
Games.
historical moment, I can say, because I never been to Greece before. Even I never traveled to European sector before. And today, it's my privilege, after developing a concept of the modern Pythian Games, I am talking from the land of Pythia. I am talking from the land of god Apollo. I am talking from the birthplace of the ancient Pythian Games. It's a historical moment for me, and I thanks to the organizers of the Delphi Economic Forum who has invited me to speak on the Pythian Games.
Mr. Goel, I would like to ask to start with your speech, and then if we have the time, we can continue talking in a more practical way.
Respected audiences, Kalimara Ilada, Kalimera Delphi, Namaste from India, Apu Thiao, Ganoti Sifian, Saimera Imest Edo, Satust Delphus, Aput in India, Sas Afra Khastu me. First of all, I congratulate the organizer, the Delphi Economic Forum, and the president and the founder of the Delphi Economic Forum for organizing such a beautiful meeting here. I extend my gratitude to Mr. Panos also, Mr. Kremlis also. They have given so much love, and the people of Delphi also. I comes from a small state of Haryana, and my background is I started my career from the sports. I was watching a TV program. I thought, what is happening to our artists? Why these art and culture activities are limited to only few pupils? Why we cannot bring the actual artist to the international level? There are a lot of organizations around the world. They are working in the form of non-profit organizations, lot of foundations, even government also doing a lot of work. But they organize a program, artists participate, then what is the end? We are only limited to few artisans. We are losing those artisans who are living in the villages. My ultimately conclusion was how all art and culture activities are scattered in the world in an unorganized sector, and how we can bring it to the organized sector. That is my main question, which made me to develop a concept of the modern Pythian Games. If you talk about musical arts, we have the glamour. If you talk about the visual arts, we have the glamour. If you talk about the performing arts, we have the glamour. But if you talk about the literature, if you talk about the writers, or if you talk about the poets, we just get verbal appreciation. So we need to create a multi-level structure so that it can bring a new enthusiasm, new energy among the artists. This is my number one point. Number two, how we can control, how we can promote the economies of the world. As per the data of the Cultural Times, it is a data of 2014. It is a 558 billion euro industry. It is creating 8.3 billion jobs. But where is it? Where is the recognition to the artist? I appreciate we are extending a lot of benefits to the sportsman. I appreciate. But what appreciation, what support government extending or other people are expecting to the artisan? This is also one of the agenda. So we must form a platform than that. And that is, I think, Modern Pythian Games could be a platform. I have seen how the ancient Pythian games, the visionary Pythia, implemented through Pythian games, and she brought peace to the community. I've gone through the history of the world. I could not find any such example. And I followed the history of Delphi. I got inspired, and I developed this system. I'm trying to develop and go to every people of the world to support this movement. This is going to generate huge employment. This is going to boom the industrial sector. This is going to boom the economies of every nation and every state. And we need this at this moment, because if we talk after COVID situation, all businesses are in turmoiling positions. Everybody is struggling to survive now at this moment. We need something new. We need something new, and that it can be the idea of Modern Pythian Games. If you talk about the Greek culture and Indian culture, if you see, we have a lot of similarities. I'm too much impressed from the Greek culture. Even you talk about Pythagoras, mathematics, unanimous addition, it's still our part. We have a lot of influences between our communities. And really, I'm so much inspired from the model of ancient Pythian games. Definitely, it is going to change the scenario. I'll just show. We have categorized the modern Pythian games in 8 art categories. These 8 rings, this is the logo of the Pythian games. Each ring represents to each art category. And the sun is the symbol of God Apollo, enlightening the whole world with art and culture and uniting the nations. You must be knowing the Pythian games were discontinued in 394 AD. Then Mr. Coubertin, who revived Olympic Games, he wanted to revive the Pythian Games also. But he could not, because he revived Olympics. So what he did, he included some events from the Pythian Games, like traditional athletic events. He included events from music, from sculpting, from painting, from dance. And it was part of the Olympic movement from 1912 to 1948. But they found one difficulty, how to judge an art. They cannot differentiate an artist. So they thought it's better to go with sports so that they can easily decide who can win and who lose. And they dropped such events from the Olympic movement in 1954 officially. Here, if you see, I have categorized how to judge art. Art and culture is the expression, experience, and evolution. How we can judge? It can only be done through presentation, exhibition and competitions. Presentation, if somebody is unique in the world, and if we say, yes, I'm unique one, my art is totally unique, okay, we'll request him to come and present. If it is really unique, we'll honor, we will medal. If it is if there's 100 of painters and they have 100 paintings, then it is very difficult to judge a painting. Then it is the best, go to the exhibition and let the people decide who is the best. Then a third is competition. If it is a dance competition, in one category, if there is 100 competitors, then definitely it can be decided through competitions. So we have categorized the decision making in the presentation, exhibition, and competitions. How we can judge? This is the main question before the Olympic Committee. We have categorized it like here. These are the 8 categories we have created in the Pythian Games, Modern Pythian Games. And I had tried to include the technological sector, keeping in mind our future generation. If you talk about the musical, vocal, instrumental arts, it is one of the art category. We have the language, literary, and oratory arts. It is also the most intelligent, you can say intelligent category. Intelligent people are involved in. And it is a main backbone of our organization now at this moment. We have the third art, that is visual heritage and artisan arts, social and cultural arts. If you talk about our future generations, because now it is the time of information technology, I have added all channels from robotics, virtual, and digital arts. I have included it. I have also included the architecture and the eco arts, keeping in view of the environment. Then this is the 8th art category, martial and traditional arts. I comes from Taekwondo background, so I know the stature of martial arts around the world. Only Judo and Taekwondo is the part of Olympic movement. But if you go to the around, there is 100, not 100, it's about more than 1,000 martial arts. They don't have any umbrella. They don't have any platform to present their art. So I have created a space for them. I have included those, I have given representation to those traditional arts. Suppose some people, they are playing sports in the village, but they cannot reach to the Olympic. I have included all such traditional sports in the Pythian Games, like we used to go for 1-leg race. We used to, in the village, 3-leg race. There's so many sports, they don't have any representation. Then how we can preserve our traditional sports? How we can preserve our arts? I have given space to them. So a lot of categories, I brought something glamorous to it. I'll go to my next slide now. I have covered all arts and forms of rhythm, melody, harmony, and musical instrument in this category. It may be ethnic, classical instrument, drumming, percussion sounds, rap, MSing, vocal without instruments, and all genres, subgenres we have covered in this category. This is another category, that is performing and theater arts. All arts and forms of creativity through performances. We have included all folk, classical, contemporary, hip-hop dance, opera, drama, magic, puppetry, theater, circus, acrobatics, various genres and subgenres. We have covered all categories of the dance, performing arts here. This is the most ignored sector in the world now. Everybody is a writer, everybody is a poet, but they don't have any platform. In this category, you will not believe, I'm getting so much support around the world in this category. And we have covered all films, short films, photography, fashion, painting, drawing, sculptures, art installation, mixed media, handicraft, that is visual arts, handiwork on wood, metal, pottery, clay, bamboo, jute, stone, leather. This is all categories of performing art. Sorry, I spoke about this art I was talking about. This is the most ignored sector. All earlier three art categories are glamorous. So you can generate resources, but it is only limited to only few peoples. The pupils, you talk about the music, performing arts, and visual arts. Only selected people are become stars, but we are not reaching to the grounds. So I want to create through this platform a multi-level platforms. The fourth category here is language, literary, and oratory arts. Now, my moderator, Emi, she's a good presenter. The world knows her. But a boy from a village, we should give opportunity to present him.
Presentation as an Olympic game? Really?
Yes. So here,
why not?
All arts and forms of aesthetic, reading, writing, listening, speaking, and visual representation we have covered. All rhetoric, poetry, journalism, publishing, fiction, non-fiction, storytelling, debates, and other various genres. It's just to, for example, we will elaborate it more, and we have covered here every category. This is another, that is robotic, virtual, and digital arts. We have covered all arts and forms of creativity on a computer and digital platform here. It may be robot drawing, theater playing, music playing, video and computer games, animation, graphic designing, web designing, cartoon movies, virtual awards, and all genres subgenres from information technology and digital platforms we have covered here. Social and cultural arts. This is the most neglected sector today. Because our all tradition, our cultures, they are related to our villages. If you talk about today, our kids are forgetting our traditions, our cultures. They need to be taught. So we have covered here the culinary, knitting, hospitality, arts, healing, tarot card reading, astrology, board games, book club, puzzles, games, ritual, tradition, all genres, subgenres. And in this category, I would like to specifically mention here, if you go to the history of the ancient Pythian Games and the Olympic Games, it is the only ancient Pythian Games has given representation to the woman.
Really?
Today, we talk about women empowerment, but where we gives them woman empowerment. If you talk political parties, they say we will give so much a reservation, but it is very limited. Through Pythian Games, and under this category, I have tried to give exposure to the women, especially to those women who are working at home around the world. See, culinary, they are good. Knitting, I want to touch every household working and give exposure to the women at international on this platform. The hospitality. I have included arts of healing, tarot card reading, astrology, board games, books, clubs, puzzle games, rituals, traditions. And not this, in this category, I have officially stated so far, woman is the mother of art and culture. It is woman who has given birth to us, who has given the birth to the art and to our cultures. I have given more space for the governance in the international Pythian constitutional movement. If you talk today, my in charge of Africa is a woman. My in charge for the USA is a woman. For Mexico is a woman. For Europe is a woman. For India is the Secretary General is a woman. This is the martial and traditional arts. I briefed you about the martial arts. What I have done here, I have added all barefoot, one leg, sack race, car race, formula race, any traditional art. If any country will tell me, this is our most popular traditional art, sports. We will include and start competition. We will give them exposure internationally. Then we have included formula races also here. We have included car races here. We have even included air races here, rock climbing, rope walking, even entertainment fights. We have created, we have included here because we can generate revenue for the artisan in this segment of musical. We can generate revenue in the visual sector. We can generate revenue in performing arts. But if we go to literature and language, we cannot generate. There are so many arts which are not revenue generating. So from these games, we will generate revenue and we'll pass on to those artists who related to these all such sectors so that we can support them. Architecture is a big designing part. We have covered architecture and we start competition. Mr. Karamlis was saying about the monuments preservation just before. We can create competition, which is the best city in planning, village in planning, which is the best parks, which is the best playgrounds, which is the best city, preservation of monuments and objects, preservation of landscape, contemporary landscape, design, environmental project. We have covered all categories and environment is a big issue. So all organizations which are doing better, who doing good, to keep our environment good, we will be going to create competition among them here on this platform. This is, I propose, this is a unique global forum. It will be online or offline for the artisan who can showcase their art through various events, exhibition, conclaves, competitions, ceremonies, and workshops. But if you see, I have given a space to the accreditation programs of the artist. If you see today, there is no accreditation program for the artists around the world. Now they will get registered with the artist. We will start gradation of the artist and we'll say they are the certified artists from the Modern Pythian Games. So it can definitely help in them in their programs in their future. We are starting educational programs for the kids. This will be totally culture and traditional based so that we can teach our kids in the beginning about our tradition and culture so that they can keep our tradition and cultures alive in near future. How we have planned this also. Pythian Games are our properties. We are holding the intellectual property rights for the Pythian Games. Junior Pythian Games, Para Pythian Games, Regional Pythian Games, National Pythian Games, Junior National Pythian Games. These all are a 4-year event like Olympics. We will hold these games every 4 years. But if you talk about the Pythian Awards, it is to give recognition to everybody around the world. It's a day-to-day activity so that our artists can get the opportunities to perform. So this is another, and this Pythian clubs, which you see here, this has been specifically mentioned here because those artisans who don't have any access to the world, they can form their club at their village. They can get registered on the website of the Pythian clubs, International Pythian Council. They can sell their art to the international market directly because today if you talk, one artist, if he designs a painting, a mediator comes in $5, then sell it in $500 in the international market. I have created these clubs to benefit these all artists so that they can sell their art directly to the international market and get benefited directly. So it is to reach to everybody to create choose their profession and get registered here. These are the segments which we are going to cover. Entertainment, we are awards: cinema, television, music, singing, fashion, airlines, hotel, restaurant, eco-friendly, governance, corporates, institution, automobile, energy, traditional, culinary, photography, painting, hospitality, design. We have architects, painter, art and digital artists, social, the people who are working for the promotion of art and culture, that is personalities, media, magazines and NGOs. And for example, I see the Pythian movement is growing. I brought this concept about 4 months back. I just circulated to the whole world. It is appreciated by one. Now we have the representatives more than 100 countries. If I talk about the literature and language, then the representation is from 140 countries, more than 140 countries. And it is not a joke. Even today, if I am sitting here, I have no connection with Greece before. But now today I have a lot of friends here, and I am sitting on the Delphi Economic Forum. This is how the Pythian movement is spreading, and it is now from the land of this Delphi. Because it's an inspiration, it's a message from the Delphi, because now it is the God wish. Now this world needs art and culture, the blessings of Delphi, and we need Delphi, and we need to bring peace for everybody and humanity. This is my next calendar which we have proposed. As per the Greek calendar, next Pythian Games is supposed to be held, okay, I'll conclude soon. Next Pythian Games should be held in 2023, but it's too early for me. So I want to hold the first Pythian Games from this land, Delphi, in 2027, if the government of Greece comes and supports us. Then we have a lot of events which we have planned. This is how art and culture unites the people. They brings the empathy, shares the feelings of each other. They creates creativity, learns from the cultural differences, helps each other, and ultimately the message is, your blood is red, my blood is red, we are one. This is what I want to conclude.
So much, Mr. Goel.